Central is where it started. He definitely started it at Central, and then it branched. I mean, shit. Knife went to Harvard with the shit. You know what I mean? You know, all from that, and he started it there as a prerequisite. I mean, Central. What's the guy? Branford Marsalis. I don't know if you've ever heard of Branford Marsalis, but he's doing a lot of late night shows. He's like a director of a jazz band. He was a resident at Central, so we've always kind of been swamped in music, and it was just so they wanted to branch off from jazz, marching band stuff to hip hop, and to use it as a kind of a African diaspora in America for the music that we brought. So. I mean, it wasn't no bullshit either. I mean, he's talking about from 73. He's really teaching how it started from Sedgwick Ave. You know what I'm saying? There's term papers that we had to do on the origin of hip hop. And that was a total mind freak because, you know, people, they associate hip hop with their favorite artist, or I started listening to this guy. But to know where it came from, to even go so far back as James Brown, and then somebody like me, I'm like, well, let me listen to more James Brown. What is it that he did that I need to be doing myself? You know what I mean? And you can see James Brown in the M.A.G.A. You can see James Brown in Future. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times where I was like, okay, I see what it was a genius to put that in the young minds that we had at that time.
Yeah, 100%. And the first time I met him was at his class, which again, I didn't go to that school, but I was able to meet one of the singers, Carlita Duran, that was on the Little Brother project way back when. I met her randomly at a restaurant she used to work at, and so I just went up to her, talked to her, told her what I did, and she was like, "Oh yeah, if I like what I hear, I'll bring you to the studio and meet Ninth." And I was like, "Ninth Wonder?" She's like, "Yeah, that's my mentor," whatever she was calling him at the time. Like, you know, that's the guy that, you know, is kind of overseeing exactly what I'm doing. I was like, I would love to go. Yeah, that's
I would like that.
So so like a couple weeks later, it was on MySpace actually. She messaged me on MySpace telling me to come through, and I did. And I remember like vividly walking to the Central from this class to the studio, and Ninth saying, I told Ninth, I was like, man, I appreciate you taking the time. I know everybody's probably doing this. And he said, man, let me tell you something. Everybody's doing it, but not everybody's that good at it. And so I was immediately worried for my life, but thankfully it went well after I got over there and played some stuff.
When I moved to Durham from Elizabeth City, very small town on the East Coast in North Carolina. So when I moved to Durham, it was more about battling. You know what I mean? So I would go to the local barbershops, decimate whoever, you know, because at the heart, I'm a jokester. I will joke you till you cry. So all I did was put some rhymes with the jokes. You know what I'm saying? And then what I noticed on campus when I got to Central, I was able to sell my CDs with no problem. And so once that got to the attention of like the local record label, which was Hall of Justice, which was Ninth Wonder, Big Doe, Little Brother, all those guys, I was going up there to record, and it was like, yo, you pretty dope, man. You don't sound like what you're doing. And that ensued a little confidence in me. And then Ninth was like, yo, you're really good at making hooks too, bro. Like, so he was calling me up when he would have like certain artists come up to the studio constantly, like, yo, folk, come write a hook. Folk, come write a hook. You know, whether it was for whoever it was, just to form a little bit of a concept, you know, and even with these artists now, Rhapsody, I was up there, you know what I'm saying, writing hooks and, you know, working, because Rhapsody, incredible lyricist, was part of this group called Cooley High, who was, you know, killing it locally around the area at the time. So I was just blessed to be a part of that and be in the right position and to be able to lend what I could do to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what I remember at the time is looking at folk like, this guy's the next, you know what I mean? Like, he was the next groomed artist for what they were doing. Obviously, life takes everybody in different directions. So that's not necessarily what happened, but he was in the midst of all that. I was still completely brand new to everything. I mean, it was the first time I'd really even shared my music with anybody outside of a handful of friends at that time. So for me, it was just like, I'm ready to just see where it goes and see how it goes with these guys. You know, I was pretty much entrusting them to bring the most out of the tracks that I was doing at the time, and they did. So